lovely.
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, of course. And of course,
Um,
immediately that's when my cat wants to walk
okay.
in front of the camera.
OnlyFans. When did we have your photo shoot? Was it in September?
November.
November. Okay, so it doesn't feel like it was that long ago, I guess,
I
for me,
know.
but it kind of was. um, excuse me. Tell us a little bit about why you wanted to do a photo shoot. I know you kind of talked with me a bit about like seeing yourself as smart versus sexy and like wanting to see this like side of you that you knew was there, but like you wanted to explore that a little bit more. Can you talk about a little bit about
Yeah.
that?
So, it was actually around the time last year when you were doing your giveaway.
Yeah.
And I had just listened to an episode of Betwixt the Sheets where they discussed actually the theme was like naked feminism, addressing that women are often like looked at as either smart or sexy, but in reality, the two aren't mutually exclusive. Like you can be smart and sexy. And so I literally had listened to that and like went on Facebook and saw your giveaway and was like, sure, let's enter. And I was also kind of at the point where from healing from my like long-term toxic relationship where I was like, I feel like me again. Like I got my identity back, like still had some healing to do, but like really felt like me again.
Mhm.
But with the caveat of like me very like not sexy. Like it's the best way to like, put it. And so I had always wanted to do one. And since I started to feel more like me, entered the giveaway, and even though I wasn't chosen, you offered that great sale, and I was like, you know what? We're just gonna go forth and do it because everything seems to be lining up for it. And let's just take the plunge and see what happens.
Dive into the deep end.
Yes.
And did you have any like hesitations, like pushing the buy now button, or deciding to go through with the photo shoot or leading up to the photo shoot? Like, did you have any fears?
Leading up to the photo shoot, it definitely felt like a little apprehensive. Especially at the time, like my acne was pretty bad, and I was like, oh my God, I was like, what if I hate all the photos? What if, I was like, what if my body isn't what I think it is? I was like, so like, I had, I was like, what if my acne decides to be even worse? Like, so yeah, leading up to the shoot, like I had at times different thoughts, like and hesitations. And I just kind of was like, you know what, we've invested so much money in this. We're going through with this regardless. And I looked at your portfolio a number of times. I was like, she knows what she's doing. Having associates in photography, I can critique plenty of portfolios. I was like, she knows what she's doing. She has a solid portfolio. We're just going to trust her, and we're going to shut up the intrusive thoughts because they can
go for a spiral. Like if you start engaging with them, it's like before you know it, the whole world is ending and you're
right. Yeah.
But well, and two, I remember you came in the day of your shoot, or maybe you emailed me like a few days before, and you were like, I'm so stressed out. I'm like amping up for finals. Like everything is just like a shit show. And so like, and then you came in, and to me, it seemed like everything kind of simmered down. But talk to me a little bit about that. How did you feel during the photo shoot with like everything else around you that you had going on that you were dealing with?
The photo shoot was like almost like a sense of like calm. Like, I had to focus on like some of the poses, and just doing that really like quieted my mind. So we're like, nothing else really like mattered. Mm-hmm. And so like for the time during the shoot, I was able to just be in the moment and actually relax and enjoy it. Yeah. And just like also like being in the different like outfits was such a different experience for me that it really just it helps to like almost ground me.
Yeah.
And so, I like left the shoot like really like relaxed and almost recharged, even
Mhm.
though I was exhausted.
Recharged and exhausted.
Yeah.
I've heard that though before because you're so focused on like posing, right? And like
Hmm.
you don't have time to for your head to be in a different place. Like you have to be present. Because if you're not, it shows in the photos. And I don't know that I let anybody not be present. So I have heard that before, and I just love that because I think when we can be present in the in the moment,
Hmm.
um, I don't know, magic seems to happen whenever we're doing, whether we're
Right.
hiking
Yeah.
or playing with our nephew or, whatever that is. Like, um, it feels magical because we're not present.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, like the whole thing just like helped, like the whole experience really kept me in the moment the whole time.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then, how did you feel? I know you said to me afterwards, like the reveal was probably one of your favorite parts, but talk to me about that and like, how did it feel to see your images?
It was amazing in a way that like I don't even think I like thought of. Like I you really captured like the like sexy, like edgier side, which is
Yeah,
exactly what I wanted.
you had fun with
Um,
that.
but like still very feminine, and it it's just like some of the photos like I still look at and I'm just like, how are these how is this me? Like I still look
Yeah,
at them like I'm like, I know this is me, like I recognize me, but like how is this me?
yeah,
Because even I guess another thing that I guess leading up to the shoot that I kind of thought was a little apprehensive about was like with my side shave, I'm like, is that gonna look feminine? Like, is that how's that
mm,
gonna come out?
yeah,
And it just like looked perfect.
yeah,
Like, I was sexy and feminine and like edgy and everything that I wanted the photos to be,
yeah,
even with my side shave. Like
yeah,
it and yeah, it's like I know that there's a couple photos that like you showed me and I just was like, wow, and like just like wide eyed, like trying to take it all in.
yeah, yeah. Well, and I think too, like your side shave, like that's part of who you are, right? And
Right, yeah.
um, like yeah, we want to incorporate that, like that is part of you, and like I would hate for that to not be, to like hide that in the photos, right? Or like try to make it so it's not as apparent, because that's a part of you that like we want to bring out and we want to show off. And like you said, you can be sexy and intelligent, you can be edgy and you can be feminine, right? Like
Yeah.
again, it's not mutually exclusive, so let's play with both of those things.
Yeah, it was so much fun, like playing around with that and like the different outfits and
Yeah,
everything.
just
Yeah.
plain dress up.
Yeah.
And then just tell me, this is like for my own benefit, but like how overall, how would you just describe the experience from like start to finish?
Honestly, like you have that whole thing like down like to an art. Like I really didn't have to think about much. Like your email reminders like kept it so I wouldn't forget because that's a thing that I do all the time with everything.
Yeah.
Um, and then like having your, the client wardrobe because I kept forgetting to like look at outfits and I was like, oh, we'll just do the client wardrobe and then incorporating like my pieces into it. But like you just made the whole thing so seamless. Like it was not there wasn't any stress involved with like booking it, the consultations, preparing, and then the actual shoot, and even like the products after. Like it was so seamless that like that was just made the whole thing almost more fun because I didn't have any stress from it.
Yeah. Well, I think you have enough, most clients have enough stress, like self-induced stress.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm not going to add anything else on top of that. And then what would you say to somebody who was on the fence about doing something like this?
I would definitely say book it. Go ahead. You might feel nervous, but it is such a great experience and so empowering. I have one, and I need to actually hang up the other one, but I have one of my photos right across from my bed. So it's the first thing I see every morning.
Oh, I love that.
And I have another photo like in my living room, and I love just looking at the photos. They're so empowering. it, like, I remember, like, the outfits and how much fun I had. So even if you're nervous, I would say fuck it. You won't regret it. Like, you'll get your photos and you will love them.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you have an idea or like a like I because like I went in knowing that like I didn't want anything soft
Mm-hmm.
because everyone's always told me like or everyone's always treating me like I'm an innocent virgin kind of like mentality.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I didn't want that. I wanted not quite the stark opposite, but I wanted the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
And, you know, you absolutely made that happen. And so I would tell, just book it and then tell the intrusive thoughts to shut up. Like, that it'll be fine. It'll be great. You'll love it.
Yeah.
And you'll love your photos.
Yeah. Yeah. Part of it's trusting yourself. And like you said earlier, the other part is trusting me.
Yeah.
Which both of those things are kind of difficult, but I've gotcha. Yeah. And I just love your photos, Maritza. I go back to them. I think I was going back for like the picture for the live. And I was like, well, we can't use that one. That one shows some nips and we can't use that one.
Yeah.
Like, we got to find something that's like somewhat safe for work. Oh, wonderful. Well, is there anything else? Let me check comments real quick and just make sure that we don't have any comments or questions from people. But is there anything else that you want to share or add to? I think we're good.
I would definitely say, and I know you've like told people this, but definitely at minimum have everything packed the night before. Don't pack the day. I had everything packed and I still left my apartment 10 minutes late. All I had to do was put it in the car and leave, and I still left late. Do not save anything for the morning. Yeah. Do not. Yeah. You like if you're anything like me, you will probably still end up leaving like 10, 15 minutes late. Don't leave anything for the morning. Don't be like, oh, I'll get gas. No, get gas the night before. Make sure you have drinks all set the night before, have everything packed the night before. Yeah. Because like I said, I had everything ready to go and I still left late. So
well, and the people that do pack the morning of, it's like we're always missing something. It's like, oh well, I have this bra, but I forgot the matching panties.
Yeah.
Or I had this perfect outfit all laid out and then I forgot it. So yes, that's a great tip. Yeah, you want to be on top of things. And you have plenty of time, right? Most people book like 3 to 6 months in advance. So you got 6 months to pack your bag. Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Maritza. Yeah. I really appreciate you and your story and just your time and everything. So thanks for being here. Yeah. And if anybody has any questions for either of us, feel free to drop that in the chat. I'll be taking a look at that over the next day or so. And then I will also drop a link for the live product tour, which we're going to be doing tomorrow at 7. So make sure to join us then. And Maritza, you ended up, on that note, sorry, frog in my throat. You ended up with a couple pieces of wall art and the journal album, right? Is that what you? Yeah.
And the viewer thing too.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah. That's so fun. It's a lot of fun. Perfect. Well, thank you again. Thanks everybody for joining us, and we will see you tomorrow. And Rachel, I'll hopefully see you soon. But thank you.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Bye, everybody. And perfect. Thank you, Maritza.
Yeah. Course.
Oh, I hope you have a great summer. Enjoy it.
Thank you. I know. Actually, me and my horse should be competing in August together.
Oh, wonderful. And how's the jumping going? Is that
good? Yeah. We actually I rode her earlier today and we we jumped a couple times.
Oh, nice. So is she like settling in and getting more?
She is. Good. I think we are officially fully past the bucking phase.
Yes. That's going to make you feel more secure. Yeah. Awesome. Well, enjoy your summer and hopefully I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.